Consider the woman of worth in Proverbs 31. She's a mother, a wife, a shrewd businesswoman, a kind and loving leader in her community. She weaves, she spins, she sews, she serves her family and those in need. Yeah, we know she gets up before dawn, but my goodness, how does she do all this? I'm Melanie Rigney, the author of Woman of Worth, Prayers and Reflections for Women, inspired by the Book of Proverbs. The woman of worth has been seen as an almost impossible standard for centuries. We regard her as the same today, and yet there are bits and pieces of her in all of us. In these videos, I'll take a brief look at the verses in Proverbs 31 and explain how we can become closer to the Lord by following her example. Her husband trusts her judgment. He does not lack income. Proverbs 31:11 tells us. Let's delve into that verse with two words, trust and judgment. Trust gets people through the rough spots where some might regard them as lacking income, the dollars and cents kind. But they have the income that matters, a sense of safety, confidence, and self-worth bolstered by a respectful partnership. As women of worth, we attempt to be worthy of that trust in all our relationships, with spouses, with children and other relatives, with friends, with neighbors and co-workers, and with the Lord. When we have people we can trust and who can trust us, we all go about our daily work with less fear and uncertainty. What about when that trust is betrayed or disregarded? If we truly desire to be women of worth to the Lord, to the world, and to ourselves, we have to at some point be willing to trust again and again and again. We don't need to stay in situations that are dangerous to us or to those we love, but we do need to forgive. Forgiveness can come from a distance as we prepare ourselves to discern when, if ever, the time comes to open up our hearts and souls to again trusting those who have wronged us intentionally or unintentionally. The woman of worth's husband trusted her judgment. Note that. As women of worth, we are influential. Our children, friends, co-workers, and people in the parish whose names we don't even know are watching us. They hope to learn from us, and so we must judge carefully. The woman of worth's judgment likely involves some observation. Who among her husband's business partners conducted themselves ethically? Who provided financially for their families, including aging relatives, and who was miserly with their wealth? Who was kind to the children, and whose children seemed uneasy at the community gatherings? What the business partners' own wives said about the men when the women gathered for activities. The woman of worth was careful in her judging of herself and of others. She wasn't constantly going to her husband and others talking about what a total loser she was. She believed in her own worth, and we are called to do the same even when we stumble and fall. To learn more about embracing God and the woman of worth He sees in you, please check out the other videos in this series, or consider buying Woman of Worth, Prayers and Reflections for Women inspired by the Book of Proverbs at your favorite local or online bookstore, or at www.23rdpublications.com.